Before we get this video started, just want to point out what a nice day it is. For one of the last days in December, it is actually a super nice day. But anyway, we're not outside today, we're inside. Anyway, this actually might be one of the last and final videos of this year, 2020. It has been a wild and crazy year, as I'm sure for most of you guys as well. But anyway, a great year nonetheless. Just want to pause real quick here. If this does happen to be the last video, just a huge thank you for all of the support, all of the views over this last year. Plenty of more awesome, great videos coming for 2021. Lots of stuff in store. But anyway, thank you guys for all of the support, for the views, for the support on WrenchWorks. Anyway, let's dive into today's video. What do we have? We have got the original 08 on the lift here today. We are going to be working on it. Nothing insanely crazy, but important stuff nonetheless. What we're going to be focusing on today is changing out some drivetrain fluids. They have about, I would say, anywhere in between 30 to 50,000 on them. It's been quite a while with the mileage on the truck. So we are going to be changing out some fluids, going over that stuff, and also changing out our rear differential cover. As you guys can see, we have got a Mag high-tech diff cover on the back of this baby. It's been on here for quite a while. We are going to be changing that out to something far superior, something far better, and that would be the Banks Ram Air diff cover. For those of you guys who have been following me for a long time, you guys know we have owned this truck for a very, very long time. I would honestly say one of the first things that we even did, you know, you do your wheels and tires, you do your window tint. We put this Mag high-tech cover on this truck very, very, very early on in its life. And that's really honestly because when you look at the back of a truck from back here, you know, there's not really much that you can do except for, you know, get a little bit of a cosmetic upgrade in the department of the Mag high-tech way back when these were, you know, these were the best on the market. So not only did they look good, you know, they added fluid capacity, which was thought to really be a much better upgrade for your gear oil and all that stuff inside your axle housing. Now, of course, as time goes on and people start doing more research, like the guys over at Banks, they have kind of busted the myth of all of the extra fluid in here actually benefiting the actual axle housing and the differential gears and all of the bearings inside there. So that is why we're going to be replacing this. Now, I like the way this looks. The Banks one looks awesome, but the Banks one is definitely proven to be far superior than the stock one. The stock cover is actually better than these flat back covers. Now, I will throw a little disclaimer out there because I know a lot of people have these on their trucks, and I'm not saying that your axle is going to explode. Obviously, I just said we've got a ton of miles on this truck, and that cover has been on there for a very long time. So take what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you are going to have a problem. I think what all of us, you know, enthusiasts and truck and car guys are after is we just want the best stuff on our vehicles. So way back when, that was thought to be the best, and that has kind of just been disproven now, and there's something better on the market. So that is what I am after by changing out the diff cover here. We're just simply trying to get the best performance and the Banks diff cover. If you guys have not seen the Banks video series on proving everything with the diff covers, I will drop some links below. Go check them out. They are really interesting to see. What they do is they shave all the covers off. They put clear plexiglass on there so you guys can kind of see the gear oil. Obviously, we don't have all of that fancy stuff here, so I'm going to link that down below. You guys go check that out. We're going to do a little redneck experiment here when I get this other cover off to show you guys what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's pop open the Banks diff cover and let's talk about some of the cool features that are way far superior than the Mag high-tech than the factory cover on there. So to get started, we're just going to start by draining the fluid out of the Mag high-tech cover. And if you guys have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. The drain plug on here is a 3/16 Allen, and sometimes over the course, this can get, I'm twisting it already, these suckers can get super tight, and while I've never had a problem getting one out, watch this be the first time. There we go. They do get a little tight. Like I said, it came out no problem. It definitely twisted my Allen socket though, that is for sure getting it out. So let's drain this. I think, no, that's a different size up top there. Mag High-Tech cover removed. Now, I don't have a factory cover to show you guys, but most of you guys know what a factory diff cover looks like. It's really just a stamped steel. It is curved right here around the gear to kind of direct fluid up and around over top and down inside up to the front bearing part there. So just imagine that as we're talking. Now, a lot of diff covers will have what they will call cooling fins that are supposed to help dissipate heat. Now, what the guys over at Banks have found as well is the airflow underneath your truck doesn't actually kind of revolve in this area. It kind of shoots past it. So those cooling fins don't really do a ton. So as you can see here, this is the cooling fin part that I'm talking about right here. Let's flip this baby over, that way it doesn't drain fluid everywhere, and you can kind of see the inside construction basically completely flat. Now, what the guys at Banks have done here in that aspect as far as airflow go is this cover, the air underneath the truck actually comes right through these scoops here, and as you can see, the heat dissipating fins are actually inside, so the heat travels from the inside to the out, and then the air can actually pass through it instead of shooting right by it. So that is one key part of it right like that. Now, the big key part is, as you can see, the spacing and the curvature inside here mimics a factory diff cover. That way fluid shoots right through this path, comes right up and kind of comes right towards the front. Also, you can see these directional fins right here. You are supposed to get gear fluid out into your axle tubes. Now, what the big problem is here, as your gear is shooting fluid basically right in this area, it travels like this, shoots it right back here. This is where my little redneck experiment comes in. As you can see, it's shooting towards a flat surface. Now, again, I don't have a fancy plastic cover to show you guys what actually happens. I can splice a clip in here, but let's go try and shoot a water hose towards the back of this and towards the back of this one and see what the difference is. Or do something and know you're just going to make an absolute mess. I think that's about what is about to happen. Hopefully the camera doesn't get soaked. But anyway, we've got our gear oil here. This is our redneck homemade version. And we are going to put this right where the gear oil would be. As you can see, kind of just hits the back and just kind of goes wherever it really wants to. Let's put it a little up closer. Now, we might need a little bit more force. Maybe we'll have to up the ante here. Let's go over to the Banks one. Our hose, wow, that actually went all the way around the top. I didn't even think it was going to do that with that amount of pressure. Look at that. My hose is almost out of reach here. But that is actually pretty crazy. Again, I'm putting this one probably up closer to try and get some more volume out of it. I'll even try and point it up. This is me giving it a little bit of an angle, if you guys can see that. There we go. Now it's getting up top here just a little bit after it hits this little indentation right there. The Banks one, I can actually point it down. We're pointing it down, not even trying to angle it up, and it is shooting all the way up and around. Check that out. That is kind of crazy. I did not even expect it to be that good. But there you have it. That's pretty wild. Take my little water hose redneck test version for what it's worth. As you guys saw, the fluid is coming up there, directing it exactly where it's supposed to be, where this one, the fluid's kind of just hitting the back and really just getting 2, 3, 4, 5 times the amount of work done to it. Now, when fluid gets worked and churned like that, it has a tendency to try and foam up instead of just traveling the path that it is supposed to around the front, all of that stuff. So on top of that, you have extra fluid back here, pretty much almost double the amount of fluid for the Mag High-Tech as opposed to the Banks one, which uses the factory 4 quarts, which is something that I really like about this. Now, A lot of you guys care about how much money you're putting into maintenance on your trucks. You know, you want the best, but if you're changing your diff oil every 30 to 50,000, you're basically spending double the amount of fluid. You're not going to go any longer technically on the Mag High-Tech. You're not extending your service intervals out really that far, but you are spending double just because you need double the amount of fluid. So with Banks, you can stick to your factory forecourts. We're going to be using some AMSOIL Severe Gear 7590. We use AMSOIL and everything. You guys already know that. So we just got our huge pallet of AMSOIL in, so this works out perfectly. But forecourts, factory forecourts in here. You've got a much bigger fluid capacity in here, which technically is not really quote unquote helping cool any better. This diff cover over here is actually doing a much better job of cooling and also directing the fluid where it is supposed to go. A couple minor details as well. This uses a O-ring seal all the way around the edge. Comes with really nice 12-point stainless hardware as well. The one thing that you guys heard me mention right in the beginning is the sizing of all of the bolts and the drains and everything is different. The thing that I really like about this stuff, and also the sight glass, I forgot to even mention the sight glass. So you don't need a dipstick, you don't need to check it. All you need to do is basically look at a clear sight glass right here that lets you know that you have the proper amount. But the drain plug and the fill are the same 3/8 drive on any ratchet head, which is really, really nice to have the same size. You don't need to go grab different tools, and it is a much nicer drive to break open these fills and drains. And these are magnetic as well on this stuff. Basically covers all of the standard magnetic drain and fills. The sight glass is, you know, Banks only, but just all of the nice features on top of it actually doing its job of cooling, putting the fluid where it needs to be, and over time, you know, with the fuel mileage gain and the fluid change price difference, definitely saves you money in the long run just switching to this diff cover. Cover all installed. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are not using these AMSOIL Easy Pack bags, I'm telling you they are the best thing since sliced bread, and I'm not even kidding. This used to be such a pain, and now all you do, one of those, and that is it. Super nice. If this was on the ground, the body of the truck would be much closer, and a lot of times it's hard to get a full hard bottle up in there without using a hose or anything else. This basically just all funnels like that. You can curl the bag, just super, super user-friendly. Very nice. I am in love with these bags. Again, we're using AMSOIL 7590 Severe Gear Synthetic Gear Lube in this baby. Exactly what Banks used on all of their testing as well. 4 quarts, and we are pretty much done with the installation. Installation, very, very easy. 12-point 10 mil sockets. Like I said, 3/8 drive on the top to bottom. Installed our sight glass, and away we go. It honestly takes more time to prep the surface around, get the O-ring, than it does anything else. This thing really, honestly, does not take long to install at all. Alrighty, installation on the rear diff cover is done. One other thing that I forgot to point out, the Mag High-Tech, you actually lose the bottom bolt here. They don't actually incorporate that bottom bolt. I'll show you what I mean. They really just rely on that gasket there. As you can see right down here, this bottom one right down here, the Banks obviously uses all of the bolts. So these bolts do have a torque spec. I believe it's 12 foot-pounds. Got them torqued down. Like I said, nice hardware. Fill and drainer done. As you can see, the sight glass, let me zoom in here. We are a little bit on an angle. As soon as I start spinning this tire, you can see the bubble kind of comes right down to where it should be. So that is good. And again, right here is the airflow. Let me pop over here so you guys can see. Basically what the air does is it splits this diff cover. Some goes over top, some goes underneath, and you can see right through here. Question I know I'm gonna get, just in case you guys are going off-roading or anything like that and you're afraid that something snags right here, they actually have a video of them taking a sledgehammer. This piece will actually just break off and not affect any of the rest of the diff cover. You can kind of actually see the way it's designed in here. Right in here, you can see there's kind of like pre-cut grooves. That way it'll actually break this piece off and not actually affect any of the diff cover. So have no fear if you're bogging deep or anything like that. But that is pretty much a wrap on the Banks diff cover. 2 thumbs up, everything went smooth, no big deal. It's really just a diff cover. It installs very, very easily. Very nice piece. If you guys look back here, does the same thing the diff cover does, just sets off the rear end, gives it a nice cosmetic look. Guys, I'm not telling you that your factory diff cover is going to harm your axle or anything like that. This is really just putting the best parts on here and enhancing what is already a good design and taking it to the next level, making it even better. So again, if you guys have any questions, click the link down below, check out Gail's video. It is actually super cool, all of the cool things that they do with shaving the back of the covers off, showing you guys a little bit more in-depth look. But 2 thumbs up here. While we were wrapping up the diff cover, we went ahead and started to drain our transfer case. That is the next thing on our list here. So on the transfer case, just a quick tip here. These metric plugs right here, if you guys have a truck that's been in the Northeast, I have had an issue with these plugs. If it would ever focus, might have to move our light. But these plugs do have a tendency to possibly strip out. They are a 10 millimeter Allen. So what I recommend on these, because it's happened to me before, is start by loosening your fill. Now, if you can get your drain out, that's great. But if you can't get your fill out and you have an issue with your fill, well, then you're really, really stuck. So always try and crack open your fill first. That way you know you can always put fluid back in it. Then go ahead and undo your drain. So we're good on that. So this takes ATF over here in our big pallet of stuff. I'll show you guys. And again, this is where these bags, I'm telling you, these bags come in handy. So what we've got is we've got a synthetic ATF that's going to go back in our T case, because right here, it's pretty hard to get a big bottle and get it in there, where these bottles, these bags, you can flip up 90 degrees. You just can't do that with a hard bottle. This is going to make life so much easier, I'm telling you. So here's what we're putting in the transfer case. Transfer cases are really a very simple beast. You know, I've heard a lot of guys put a lot of different stuff in there, but obviously going back with the best, AMSOIL Easy Pack ATF Synthetic Signature Series. We'll put that in there. I think that only takes a couple quarts, maybe 2.5, 3, I'm not sure. Again, we're gonna get away from overfilling. I'm not gonna lie. I was and am, or were, the type of guy to really just cram as much fluid as you can in there and then like quick put the cap on it, be like, you know, a little bit extra, that's always good. But of course, getting back to the diff cover thing, more fluid is not always better for heat, cooling, all of that stuff. All this stuff was designed for a specific level, and that was for a reason. So we're gonna go ahead, put the recommended in, let the excess kind of drain out. I'm not sure by the time this video goes up, but on AMSOIL right now, just in case you guys want, here is the promo code. I do not have my own promo code as of this minute, but check them out if you guys are interested in any AMSOIL. Go use this code. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, it is still around. I am not sure of that because we're filming a little bit ahead of time here. But anyway, got the T-case done, all set. Unfortunately, we have run into a little snag on Sunday Funday here. So number one, Allie needs me for a couple things, so we kind of have to cut garage time a little short. And number two, we're out of buckets to put bad fluid in. I don't really have a great disposal method quite yet on old fluid, and normally I'll just run them to the auto parts store one at a time. Well, The only problem is when you forget to do that, they get backed up and then all of your good buckets become your nasty buckets. Well, we've already done that way too many times and I don't even have any more clean buckets. So we have no way to drain any more fluid. So unfortunately, the T-case is all we pretty much had left room for in that one bucket. That made sense. So we still have the front diff to do. We still have the transfer case. Again, guys, get out of here with, you know, this is a Northeast work truck, okay? It's got a little scale on there. We need to spend some time and beautify this baby up. But other than that, guys, that pretty much kind of unfortunately shortens up this this video. Before we go, I did totally forget that there was a lot of stuff in the PO box. We got some monsters here. Let me flip this up, make sure you guys can see what we're doing here. I did not see, I opened this up originally and I did not see a note in this, so I'm not sure who sent the monsters, but again, thank you, appreciate that. Here again, the PO box is always down in the description. This is from Andrew, I don't want to mess up your name, Lanat, but it looks like they came from an APO military address, so I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Hey, Greg, I know you're a monster connoisseur, so figured you would enjoy some imported ones. Andrew. Man, I appreciate it, guys. Oh, baby. Man, individually packaged. Wow. Oh, we got the juice. Michael is going to appreciate that. Man, you know what? These are good. These are the. Oh wow! Look, they've got the. Look at the. Hold on, let me open them up. That's funny. These are not from the USA, so hopefully you guys can read all of that. I'm assuming that says juice on it, so that's probably juice. But we got monsters on deck in here. I appreciate it, Andrew. And last but not least, in here, we have got a little gift from Mishimoto. Happy holidays from Mishimoto's. Caitlin and the Mishi team. And we have got some goodies in here. We've got some air fresheners. We got some shop towels. Take a look at that. We got a bag. Liquid chill. We have got all sorts. Ooh, look at this. We've got a blow-up beach ball, or a blow-up little mascot here. Little Mishimoto penguin. Nice. We got a sticker. We got a sticker for the fridge. Heck yeah. We'll go ahead and stick this over here for the fridge. Nice. We have yet to go. I've been stockpiling stickers to put here, so we'll put our Mishimoto one on there. But we have got the monster fridge. Now, the monster fridge is going to be completely stocked up. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate that. If you guys want to send anything, the PO box is always down in the description. Thank you guys so much for all that stuff. Appreciate it. But anyway, boys, man, it's been a great year. Really looking forward to 2021. You guys have no idea what's in store, but I do, and I can tell you that it's awesome. So look forward to all of the videos. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. And that is going to wrap up just a little bit of maintenance on the 08. I really wanted to try and get all of the fluids done, but it does almost need an oil change as well. So we'll go ahead and revisit some fluids at a later date. But rear diff cover, Banks diff cover, T-case, all way overdue and all good now. So again, make sure if you guys want to check out the Banks video or the link for the cover, go down below in the description along with all the other stuff down there. And I will see you guys in the next video, probably in 2021. Have a great New Year's, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys soon. See you.